welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 35. Woohoo!
Woot.
So we are two men down again. It's gonna be a recurring. It's a recurring theme, I think. This one.
I refuse to do podcasts with Jordan and Nathan anymore.
And the only one that doesn't get holidays is the fucking Asian.
Don't you get a Lunar New Year or something?
No, for the podcast, I mean.
Oh, for the podcast, I see. Yes.
Yes, and it's the Chinese New Year right now. There's a Steam sale to celebrate it, and everybody's left, so I'm all alone in where I live. Because, they usually go back to their hometown to visit the parents and all that shit.
But not you.
No, because my parents... Everything's here for me, so I don't need to go anywhere. Okay. Yeah.
Nice. Do you eat like a traditional family meal for this holiday?
Not me. Well, I did my filial piety visit last week. But usually what they do is on the first day of Chinese New Year. So Chinese New Year, it stretches to about 15 days. But like official public holidays are like the first 2 days. So like the first day, there'll be a dinner with the whole family on the father's side.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how it is. I mean, the Chinese they love their sons.
I remember. Yeah, that's true. I remember a few years ago hearing some story on the radio, probably like NPR or something, about how there's kind of like a mooncake racket here in the United States. Like,
what?
People are like willing to pay a lot of money for like authentic mooncakes, I guess.
No. You can come here. It's like super sick of it.
I would imagine so.
But mooncakes are not for the Chinese New Year. Mooncakes.
Oh, okay.
Mooncake is for the Mooncake Festival.
Oh, it's called the mooncake. Okay.
It's called the Mooncake Festival. So it's if I'm not mistaken, don't take my word for it because I am not 100% into the culture and all that. I'm not 100% Chinese. So, but the Mooncake Festival is to celebrate a guy being in love with a woman, and the woman is on the moon.
I see. That sounds.
And the mooncake was used to send messages to each other or something, because the gods forbade them to meet.
Okay.
I mean, it's a cool story,
gods.
Yeah.
Sure.
Freaking Monkey King people.
I love Monkey King.
So yeah.
He's in like every game. Friggin' Monkey King. Yeah. He's like in League. He's in Smite. He's in Warframe.
But because he's so overpowered, like in the Legends, he's like the most powerful being.
He's kind of boringly overpowered.
Yeah, in the Legends, but in the games, he kind of sucks.
Because it's hard.
It's hard to get him right and not be overpowered.
Exactly. Yeah. He's got so many powers. Yeah. It's weird. The thing that makes him interesting is his character, more than his powers, anyway.
Yeah. My favorite depiction of that like Journey to the West legend is Genso Maden Sayuki. It's an anime. Very old anime.
I think I've heard of it.
There was 3 seasons. There's 2 seasons. Season 2 and 3 sucks, but season 1 was the best. It was amazing.
Have you heard of a film called Kung Fu Hustle?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Same director last year or so came out with the movie called Journey to the West, which has some similar story elements. It's not about the Monkey King, but he makes an appearance in it.
Oh.
It's very good. It's not as good as Kung Fu Hustle, but it's very good.
Yeah, the guy's name is Stephen Chow.
Stephen Chow, yeah.
He's freaking huge. Like,
huge. I bet. If he's not, he should be. I remember hearing a story that when Bill Murray saw Kung Fu Hustle, he said, American comedy has lost. Like, this is the funniest thing he's ever seen is Kung Fu Hustle.
Yeah, you watched it, right?
It's one of my favorite movies. I own it. Yeah. I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, the main actor guy is the director guy. Yeah. So he's super
I've
popular
seen a lot
as a
of
comedian.
His stuff. Oh, does he do stand-up?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. So got it. That's good. Yeah.
Comedy.
Because physical comedy is like that's where he really, really excels.
Oh, he's super funny.
I really like the Burger King.
Yeah, they keep showing like reruns of his old movies here. It's a tradition basically.
Okay. Yeah, Burger King's good. He did one like a kids movie, like SI9 or something like that. That was actually
something like with an alien something, right?
Yeah, it's like
CJ9, I believe.
It's like cutesy ET kind of stuff. It had a
Yeah.
couple of good scenes. There's a Kung Fu Hustle homage in it, but it's definitely for children, so I didn't really care for it.
Yeah. Stephen Chow.
Anyway, Stephen Chow, check out everything he's
He's
touched.
huge. Like
Yeah.
freaking huge.
Shaolin Soccer was the first movie I saw.
Oh, I love Shaolin. I prefer Shaolin Soccer actually to Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, I prefer Kung Fu Hustle, I think. I
And
don't know. They're both.
let me just do a real quick search of Kung Fu Hustle because I want to make sure that there's an old man. Wasn't there like an old man with the wife in
Yeah,
that movie?
the two lovers,
The two lovers.
the
Yes.
landlords.
Oh no, it's like a skinny guy. So because there's like this old Chinese guy. He's always with Stephen Chow in his movies.
Are you
They're
talking
like
about
a
the
duo.
bad guy, the bald guy,
No. No, 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 no.
a
Uh,
skinny? Wait, is it
I
an
don't think
old
he's in
guy?
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh, okay.
But
Who
basically,
is
there's
he in?
another old Chinese guy who's always like a duo with Stephen Chow in his movies.
Ah,
Basically,
okay.
yeah, it's weird to not see them together. Yeah, Stephen Chow.
Free plugs for Stephen Chow.
Yep, freaking
So,
amazing.
what did you do this week?
Oh, I go first this week. What a
Yeah.
privilege! What a fucking privilege. Because of Chinese New Year, right?
Sure.
um, I finished Witcher 3.
Oh, yes.
Amazing game. If you like action RPG, don't even hesitate. Just buy it.
Does the
Don't even ask.
ending is the ending different based off of how you played the game?
Uh, I don't see it to be different.
Okay. That's fine. I'm just curious.
Yeah, like your decisions really make a huge difference throughout. But
Hmm.
like, but
The ultimate end is
so
inevitable.
so the Witcher 3, I like it that I don't know how to say it without spoiling it, so I'm not trying to spoil it. But basically, shit. How do I say this without spoiling it? There's a reason why your decisions affect the entire journey, but not the ending. There's a reason.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think it's a cool way to get players to, I don't know, react to something. It's a fucking good game. To reach the ending, I played 87 hours of it.
Jeez.
So I barely did everything. I think I did maybe 50%.
That's really cool.
And I
Uh,
realized I did not download all the DLCs. I was playing the vanilla
right.
Witcher 3, which I mentioned. So I was missing like 3 pretty huge side quests.
That's really funny.
Yeah. Because each
Are
of
you
the
gonna go back and
DLC,
do them? Can you go back and do them?
I'll probably play like New Game Plus or something.
Okay.
Um because they gave like a bunch of free DLC and they're all like singular separated ones. There's no one pack, so you have to download and install each and every one. You have
Okay.
to go to the store and click on add, which is pretty annoying.
Yeah.
But I guess they gave you control, I suppose. Don't really see the point, but yeah, sure. I just finished yesterday Borderlands 2.
Oh, you finished the main story.
Yes,
That
I
means
fought
we
the
should
warrior.
do some of the DLCs.
Yes, so I love the final fight. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Big ass warrior monster thing, and I really like the design of the monster.
Yeah, it looks really cool. You didn't play Borderlands 1, did you?
I finished Borderlands 1.
Okay, because that final boss was a little funny looking. Just a
Yeah,
big eye, some tentacles or whatever.
yeah, it's like a freaking hentai porn thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, Borderlands 2 gonna be playing New Game Plus as well. So
Yes. The
I was like playing New Game Plus, and the guns and the experience amount is like so huge.
It's so huge.
I mean,
The
I
one trouble is like once you get a little higher level, everything becomes a glass cannon. Like enemies are glass cannons, you're a glass cannon. It's just kind of like stuff just dying all over the place. It gets crazy.
how do you feel about that? I feel like New
I
Game
don't like
Plus
it.
is the actual Borderlands 2.
Oh, yeah, kinda. I mean, Borderlands 2 is interesting. There's a lot of like late game plus content. Like there's secret bosses and raid bosses. There's things that are just so much harder than anything you encounter in the main story. It's kind of crazy. it really encourages you to, keep playing, keep leveling up, getting more skill points, keep farming more random items. I don't know. I've never done any of the raid bosses. I haven't played it quite that much.
72 is the max level, right? With the DLC.
Maybe. I don't remember. Sounds about right.
So yeah, I played Borderlands 2, finished it. Super nice, super fun. I played 66 hours of that.
That's a good chunk of time.
Yeah. And I'm starting Metal Gear Solid 5, which is
Ah.
another fucking amazing game.
Have you
I
have you played many of the other Metal Gear games? Like how well do you know the story slash world?
I played 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I played all. I
Okay,
played
oh
all.
yeah.
I didn't play.
You know what you need to know.
I didn't play the side stuff, which was on the PSP. There
Okay.
were like 2, 3 games on the PSP, which were pretty good. Actually,
Hmm.
this Metal Gear Solid 5 base building things
Hmm.
is like a is sort of like a next level compared to the PSP, because one of the PSP games actually has a sort of a base building thing as well.
Okay.
Yeah, which was pretty cool. I mean, the PSP is a pretty old system.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't understand the story. Even though I played all the games, I don't
It's
understand.
it is notoriously convoluted and twisty.
You're not supposed to understand it.
Right.
Um, I have a problem with one of the elements of the game though.
Which one?
So the base building one actually.
Oh, the
So so the base building is important to gameplay because you build your base and the base has like different departments. So one department is for support unit, one is to develop the base, one is to do R&D, one is to defend the base, blah blah blah. So you have to capture soldiers or rescue prisoners, those kind of thing, bring them back to your base and then like
right.
assign them to the appropriate department depending on their skills.
Okay.
That will then level up the department and then you'll get to do more stuff. So like R&D, you get to research and develop like weapons, items. Basically R&D is like the most important one because it
Yeah.
actually
So
helps you out on the missions.
improve. Got it.
Yeah. So but there is a online portion to the base building. And being online means your base is able to be attacked by other players.
Right.
I have not been attacked yet because I did not unlock that part yet. I'm still very early in. But so there's this currency called GMP. So that's like the main currency in the game, where you complete missions, you do this, you do that, you get GMP, and then that is where you buy and like research stuff. So do you know like Payday 2, where the money that you win from each mission is split into two?
Mm-hmm.
One is like the money that you can use, and the other one is like a bank where you only can buy missions or something with it or something, right? Right?
Right. And how you
Yeah. So
infamous levels.
yeah. So that's also a thing in MGS5, but they split it into two. I think the ratio is something like 30 to 70%. So 30% is like the one that you have, and 70% is only if you're online,
Oh, interesting.
which is
Uh,
fucking annoying.
yeah, crazy annoying.
So you win. So you take your time to do all these fucking stealth missions, and then they don't even give you the money to use it.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to be online, which will then open you up to attacks, which will then require you to do more things, which will then probably you think, maybe I'll just spend some real life money to buy. I don't
Yeah.
like that. Fuck you, Konami.
Yeah. Don't. That's a bit too blatant of a stick to play online. Like Dark Souls, it's always tempting to unplug your Ethernet cable when you play so you don't get invaded, but then you miss out on the player marks on the ground. So like I've never with one exception, I've never unplugged my Ethernet cable. And the one time I unplugged my Ethernet cable was so I could it's a specific as farming a specific thing where invasions would have been outrageously additionally annoying. So I normally, just deal with it, but that's the system as a whole has, good and bad things about it. This in MGS5 seems like we know you don't want to be online, so we're gonna punish you for not being online and force you to do it.
Yes. Fuck you, Konami. Oh shit. And games with microtransactions and in-app purchases, they always say you don't have to do it, but that's never true. That's
Totally, yeah. Like
they want you to spend the money, so
the
they have
trick,
to do it.
yeah, the trick is that balance. Like Warframe, kind of, it does it similarly, where things just take a long time. So like ideally they've balanced it such that enough things take short enough time that you can do them, but certain things that you really want to do take so long you're willing to give them $1 or two to speed them up.
But do you think like making things take a long time is that considered punishment? You think for not spending money?
So I think yes, I think most games with microtransactions that have that sort of system, um, they're walking a line between where you have fun playing it, but where certain things are just frustrating enough that you want to give them money not to have to deal with it. Or like Spiral Knights is a good example as well, where how does Spiral Knights do it? It's some form of stamina. So as you get later in the game and things take longer to do, you need to either give them money or just don't complete dungeons all the way.
What nights?
Spiral Knights?
Oh, it's a free-to-play game, right?
Mm-hmm. It's on Steam.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm really pissed off about that because you can actually go like in the red. You can actually overspend, and when you overspend, morale drops and people start leaving your base.
Huh.
So yeah, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, overall the game is really good. I love the stealth mechanics because it's one of those games where it doesn't give you a meter of like you're this visible kind of thing. And
Is
then
there any sort of indicator in game though? Like in
no,
Sticks, your tattoos glow in the dark, so if your
in
tattoos are glowing,
oh
you're in
no
darker areas.
no
Okay.
no. Basically no. I,
There's
I
nothing.
I've gotten like
You just have
I,
to tell by how hard it is to actually see you.
yeah, and it makes it, and because of that you have to be really careful whenever you do your recon of the place before you attack it.
Sure. I
And
do like that a lot.
yeah, and it's probably like mechanically it's definitely the best MGS I've ever played.
Do you, is there a very strong reason to stealth everything? Like, could you ever just like run in guns blazing and just turn into a shooter and do okay? Or is that
Uh,
really,
I
really
would
not likely to
say
work?
yes, there is a reason to because like sometimes you want to get certain soldiers
Mm.
to bring to your base, and your you've seen videos, right? Have you seen
Yeah, I
videos?
watched Super Best Friends play through the whole game.
So you know how they get soldiers back into the base, right? They
Yeah,
use that
with the
balloon thing, the Fulton whatever
yes,
recovery system.
yes.
So that one has a success chance. So success chance is determined by the weather and how injured the person is,
So if it fails, it means they died somewhere up in the sky.
probably.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I didn't
So
know that.
sometimes like you will get like super talented soldiers, let's say,
Yeah.
and to
This
increase
is
your chance,
trank
you need
those.
to trank them rather than shooting them.
Hmm.
So the best way would be either to shoot them in the head with like the tranquilizer dot, or to just grab them from behind.
Okay.
And to do that, you need to
Suplex them.
stealth. It's easy to stealth, and also like enemy
So there's
soldiers can
like a
shoot the balloon if they see it.
oh.
So it's definitely more rewarding.
There's
And
a there's a tangible reward
yeah,
to
and
stealth.
yeah, and I do like stealth games, so I do like the intangible
Yeah,
rewards that I get from it, like personal achievement feeling things.
totally.
So, as a stealth game, if you like stealth games, this is like one of the best that you can buy.
I was just curious because it seems like a hybrid. You can do stealth or action, kind of
Yeah.
like Payday or Warframe, where it doesn't really work out quite that well. The stealth part doesn't work out super well. It's
Mm,
not balanced. But I think because MGS5 is stealth first, I think it probably works out a little better.
yeah. And I really like the way they made the open world. So basically,
Mm.
you have two bases. One is the mother base, which is the one that you can build, and another one is like the base where you plan your missions before you go out, which is like your helicopter.
Okay.
So then you choose which one you want to do, and then they drop you down onto the open world, and you can do as many missions as you want before heading back.
Okay, I like that. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, so
it feels like an MMO almost.
Yeah, so it's like really, I don't know. Then sometimes you have like certain random weather stuff. So I'm in Afghanistan, so there are sandstorms, which reduces visibility and reduces the sound that the enemy soldiers can hear. Which also it goes same for you. You can't see them as well, but if you mark them earlier with your binoculars, it will make it much easier.
Okay.
So sometimes you feel like, because there was one like side ops mission I was trying to do, I kept getting seen by the fucking enemy for some reason, and suddenly a sandstorm came, so I then managed to use a sandstorm to get to the other side and attack them from behind. So which is really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. So yeah, MGS5, fucking amazing.
Terrain features are always really cool when you can use them.
Yeah. One of the annoying things is probably the horse. Like the horse, I need to keep pressing the button to sprint instead of like just holding it down, which is kind of annoying. But it's just a small thing. But overall, yeah, the game is freaking amazing. So I get it if you like stealth games. You don't even need to think about it.
You think you'd be fine even if I've never played an MGS game before?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the thing. MGS is very... They are related, but you don't really have to play... The stories are all related, but it's not like at the end of a game they say to be continued kind of thing.
Got it.
Yeah, so it's like the stories are all individual, I guess.
Okay.
But this one is... If you start off with this one, I think you'll have a hard time playing the others if you manage to get a hold of them. Like mechanically, it's the superior version.
Someone was talking to me about XCOM because right at the time of this recording, XCOM 2 is the new hotness.
Oh yeah.
And someone was talking. They were trying to go back to play, not like the first XCOM, like
the old one, right?
The old one, yeah. And like the UI is so bad, they just couldn't do it.
So yeah.
So that was your week was Borderlands, MGS, and Witcher.
Yep.
That's a good week.
Yes.
My week.
How was your week?
I'm looking at my YouTube upload list because I didn't talk last week. Obviously, I wasn't here, so I'm not sure. I can't remember what things I talked about 2 weeks ago. I guess that's the big thing that I've been doing a lot lately for my channel and even not for my channel is a game called Hero Defense Haunted Isle.
Yes, you've been actively uploading that one.
Yes, I've been actively uploading it, and I've been playing it a lot just on my own personal time, which may not be a good thing. I'll go into detail. So it's a tower defense game where you have lanes, usually more than one, different kinds of creeps spawn with different attributes. Instead of building towers, however, you have a team of heroes, and you can position them about the map. And there's different things, like certain maps will have so the main guy, he's a crossbow. So a map will, for example, have like a archery range type structure, and if you camp him in it, like it increases his range and his damage and that kind of thing. So there's different features on the maps. But I think the reason I keep playing the game, and this is the part where I have mixed emotions about it, is it has really strong RPG elements, which on paper is a very good thing. You level up, they have skill trees, so you can customize how they play a little bit. I mean, you more or less just go for all the skills. There's not a lot of choosing. It kind of just which one you want first. And there is an equipment system. So your characters level up on each map. They always start out at level 1, and then they level up, and that resets each map. You assign runes to each level, so you choose what buff they get when you level them up. Like you can choose a percentage chance to shoot an extra attack, attack speed, range, that kind of thing. And farming those runes is what has kept me playing a lot. And I don't know that I really enjoy it. I mean, it's definitely gotten me to play because I have something wrong with my personality, but um, I don't know. It's definitely it's kind of rewarding. It's just weird because normally in a typical tower defense game, if I attempt to do a map and I fail, generally it means I strategized wrong. Like I put a tower, or in this case, a person, in the wrong position, or I built or I upgraded the wrong thing. I need to specialize in this more against this certain kind of wave. In this game, I found that less to be true because more often than not, the solution for overcoming your problems was just grind more, get better
Oh,
runes.
was
And
this
I
what
didn't
was
really
this game the
appreciate
reason
that.
why you wanted to talk about grinding
Yeah,
versus player skill?
it is. Because well,
Ah,
I was talking about that a few weeks ago with a friend in regards to Darkest Dungeon, or um and even tangenting off of that, even what was the prequel to Skyrim? Um,
Oblivion.
Thank you, Oblivion. Like, 'cause so Oblivion definitely has this problem. Darkest Dungeon may or may not have this problem. The problem is where players can take the easy, and Haunted Island definitely has this problem where you can take the easy way out of your problems by just grinding. So like in Oblivion, you can just walk off a cliff, hurt yourself, and heal yourself, and that's how you get your heal skill really high. You don't actually play the game, you just do a cheap little thing like
I
that.
mean,
On
Skyrim is that way too.
Yes, Skyrim is that way as well.
You know the horse exploit, right?
I don't.
Use whatever you want on the horse and then heal him back up.
Hmm. Just like hit him with a sword, then heal him, kind
Yep.
of thing.
I've upgraded my offensive magic, my one-handed to my yeah,
Oh,
basically just by
does the
hitting my
horse
horse.
have health?
Yes, it does. So you can actually see the health. So you
Okay.
can also increase your healing skill by healing the horse. And once your magicka runs out, you just rest for an hour. And I did that for quite some time because I had something wrong with me.
Exactly. Like we're the one. I mean, so on one hand, we're the ones at fault for choosing to play this way,
Yep.
but on the other hand, it's lame that the game even lets us do this. It's I don't. It's a weird balance. Like I feel like the game should incentivize the real way somehow. I don't know. Like maybe
I don't
diminishing
know how
return.
though.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know how, and that's the real problem. 'Cause, oh yeah, my friend in the Skyrim story, yeah, you know, you level up like your healing spell and you're lock picking through these cheap ways, but he hadn't leveled up any of his combat skills, and because in Skyrim enemies just level up with you, he was like really kind of hosed earlier. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I played Hero Defense, and here's kind of an annoying thing. So I beat the game in story mode, taking a couple, recording the whole thing, taking a couple breaks to grind, um, and then so like most tower defense games, you play a map on whatever difficulty it defaults at, and you can play it again on harder difficulties, and you can even put handicaps on for even more bonuses. So I was just playing around with those, and I rebeat the final level on the hardest difficulty, and I got a secret ending, and I didn't record it, and I feel really bad about that because I was a little bummed with the normal ending because I didn't have any closure, but the secret ending at least attempted to have closure for everything. The game is early access, so I don't know. I don't know how early though. I don't know what exactly is on their roadmap for things to still development. I know they're definitely balancing things because a lot of the 4-star maps and many of the 3-star maps are just some are way harder, some are really easy. It's very erratic sometimes. But yeah, no, on the whole, it's a very good game. I really liked it. It's a refreshing combination of genres. So I highly recommend it. I don't know if it's on sale on Steam or not yet. I think it is though. I don't know.
Do you
I
think it's pretty complete for an early access game?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think feature wise, I think they're pretty much done. I don't really. There's nothing they could maybe. Yeah, everything that I would recommend to them is polishing things like balancing certain creep types, certain waves or whatever. and polishing a couple of very minor UI elements. But other than that, I think it's a complete package. Actually, let me look up how much it is. Hero Defense Haunted Isle. It is early access, $15. I'd say that is fair. How long did I spend playing it in the past week? I played it for 17 hours, and I haven't fully upgraded everything, but I have played just about every aspect of the game. Like my characters aren't full level, my buildings in my town aren't full level, but I've beaten almost every map completely I haven't done any of like I've on the hardest difficulties, but I haven't gotten all the weird little twists. I don't really intend to. Like so 17 hours and I'm mostly done with the game in terms of me just playing it for fun. So $15, 17 hours. That's a pretty good ratio, I think. But a good portion of that was just kind of mindless grinding. Like I'd find a map that had good payout where I could just put all my heroes at the beginning and just like walk away. Not literally, but pretty much just walk away and just did that over and over again. So that wasn't my definition of fun. But again, on the whole, the game is fun. So yeah, that was the big thing in the past couple weeks. I played a so I did you know the video game College DigiPen?
Yes.
They made Portal. Apparently, there's a DigiPen Singapore. I didn't know this.
Oh yeah.
But they made a senior project. I played one of their student senior projects called Lucy Diddy.
Oh, that's them.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's definitely like it's definitely a student project. I mean, it definitely lacks polish, like because they have fairly short timelines for these things. But it's a pretty good puzzle platformer game. The main mechanic behind it is you're put on these levels floating it in the sky, kind of like Monkey Ball, and there's blocks, and you can suck attributes from blocks and apply them to other blocks. So, for example, let's say a big block is blocking your path. You can take from it the attribute of largeness, so it will shrink down, and then you can use that large attribute on a tiny block later on to make it bigger, so you can use it to cross a gap. So,
Do you remember the game?
Good puzzles.
I don't think if it's from DigiPen or not. I don't remember, but it's a game where it plays around with like point of view and perspective.
Oh, you're talking about it came out like last week, right? Or here recently. Was it called Perspective? Was it called Size? Was it called?
I saw a video demo of it like a couple of years ago. I'm not sure if it's
Yes.
out or not.
I remember seeing the demo. I'm pretty sure it's out. I only say that because Hey Ash, What You Playing did a video about it.
But you know which game I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Let me
It's like
look at.
when you're looking at the object and you're far away, it's super small, and then when you grab it, it's actually that size.
Right.
It's really cool. I really like that idea.
It's called Scale.
Oh, scale game?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yeah. The website is called Scale Game, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
It's by Steve Swink. It was on Kickstarter. First-person reality manipulation game.
Yeah, sounds
Sweet.
cool. I would rather play that than The Witness. The Witness has been getting. I have not heard anything negative about The Witness. I just don't know. Like, this is the one downside to being as involved in the industry as we are, is you hear a lot of news things, and I just don't know that I could get. What's his name? Not Phil Fish. What's the braid guy? Witness guy? Jonathan Blow.
Yeah.
Blowfish. I don't know that I could get him out of my head when I'm playing the game. Some of the pretentious things he said.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should not let that, influence me at all.
Actually,
but
this game
I
called
can't help it
Scale,
sometimes.
I'm not even sure if it's the one that I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
Well, it does look very different. I mean, it can. I mean, development always, it just...
I know what game you're talking about there. Like, let's say you walk by a table and there's like a pyramid on the table. You can pick up the pyramid, and if you turn to look into the distance and release the pyramid, it'll go to like its max size and its max distance, this massive pyramid, and you can then climb it.
This one uses a gun. The one I'm
Oh,
talking
okay.
about does
So
not
maybe
use
it's
a
a
gun.
different game then. Yeah, the one I saw didn't use a gun either.
Yeah. I saw him like manipulating the
They
Eiffel
stole
Tower or
it.
something.
Scales
Or
stole
Statue
it.
of Liberty. Yeah.
They ripped it off.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much those are the most noteworthy things I played in the last couple weeks. I've been playing Warframe a lot on my own because a couple of YouTuber buddies have been getting into it, so I got back into it. I played it like 3 years ago for a few hours, so I reactivated my account and got back at a lot of new stuff to wrap my head around. It's a lot more polished. The game plays a lot better, but I'm definitely also feeling the grind. This is kind of a masochist week where I play grindy games, apparently.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something. We were
Yeah.
talking about DigiPen and like colleges teaching you game development.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they can teach you the technical skills that you need, like animation, graphic design.
It's like fundraising and pitching and that kind of thing.
Probably not that,
Yeah.
but like the technical skills and like the programming coding. But I think a lot of these kids that wants to make games, I think they don't take into account game design.
Yeah. I mean, well, what do you mean, I guess?
How do you even teach that, like game design? How do you even teach such creativity?
Well, I think you can teach it. Well, I mean, it's a lot like the same way you can teach graphic design or any other sort of art thing. You can teach basic building blocks that can be built upon, just the foundation, fundamental type stuff. Usability,
Because like
signposts,
because
storytelling mechanics.
say what you want about Jonathan Blow, he's a fucking brilliant game designer.
I've only played the Braid, and I don't know, so I don't know. I don't have a good sense about what else he's done.
Well, Braid was good enough to think that game design wise he's
I
pretty up
do
there.
think it was good. It's been so long since I played it. It didn't really stand out. Like I think I played it around the same time I played Limbo, and I actually liked Limbo a little better.
No.
But that could just be because of the graphics. I did like the puzzles in Braid. I don't. Yeah, it's been so long. I don't remember that well. I remember liking it well
And he
enough.
constantly does talks about game design,
Hmm.
and it just makes so much sense whatever he says.
Yeah, I
And
watched
you
the one talk recently. It was good.
yeah, and you can sort of get into his head how he thinks,
Hmm.
and I just don't feel like he thinks like a normal person. Like when
Maybe.
it comes to game design and all that. Like he really thinks of like how to engage the player and
Mm.
yeah. But I don't think The Witness is something for me. I'll probably be super frustrated playing that game.
It is one of those games where it's said it would be to your advantage to play it with some graph paper in front of you.
Yeah. Not for me then. Not for me.
Yeah, I don't know. I really like abstract puzzles, and that seems to be a lot of what The Witness is.
Yep.
But
He even said there is probably like one puzzle or something that 99% of players won't be able to do.
right, and it's exactly statements like that where they just turn me off from the game because I don't even want to risk, not being part of the 1%. If I don't try, in my head, I can still be. I would have gotten the puzzle if I'd played the game.
But I didn't. You can't prove it.
Yeah,
I
but I
can't.
didn't want to.
Yeah. So. So yeah. What else have you played?
Um, the Curious Expedition Alpha 24 came out, so I played a little bit of that, which was good. That had some new items, which I didn't really mess with them, but it really reworked the combat dice, I think, in some good ways. One small bad way, but in a good way, just changing up combinations. I played a demo for a game called One Dog Story, which it was a very rough demo. I think like if I could talk to the devs, I would have told them to like wait a month, polish the game up and wait a month. The gameplay itself was fine. It's a two-dimensional action platformer, like Cave Story or Metroid maybe. I mean, it doesn't the jumping is not the same as Metroid. It's a little more like Mega Man, I guess. But in the demo, you have a lot of you start with a lot of weapons They level up, which is really cool. You can choose which weapons to level up, but you don't really know how they level up, and leveling up really changes them. So sometimes I didn't feel like leveling up was better. Um, really, the only complaint I have with the demo is there were no checkpoints. So if you died, you just start from the very beginning, which
Wow.
I died once, started again, died a second time, and stopped playing.
Wow.
Because it's just not
They're
yeah,
going for the
repetition
old
is
school
just
game
not
design.
fun.
No
I don't
checkpoints.
know if that's an intentional feature, then I would say it's a bad game, at least for me. If it's just because it's the demo, that's fine, but I don't know. I mean, even if the game it didn't really stand out to me. It was a good game. It was a fine game. It just wasn't anything special or unique to me. There's already games like it. I don't think this is going to be better than many of the existing games. It will be better than many of the existing games, but not. I don't know. That's really a strong contender.
I saw
Um,
one of
what's that?
your gameplay
Mhm.
videos. Is the one that you use a robot and then you do puzzles and something? The wall is like in
Uh,
a circle motion thing.
oh yeah. Spinning around. That was a
Yeah.
really small game. It's from I think it was a one that slipped under my radar until recently from the last Let 'em Dare game jam, where one of the so Let 'em Dare game jam, the way it works is the community votes on what they want the theme for that game jam
Mm.
to be. And this last one, I think number 34, there was a tie between um it was like mixed genre cross genres, multiple genres, and two buttons controls. So devs could choose which one they went with, and this game went with the two button controls. So all you could do is go left and go right, and you're basically there's a robot on the outside of this cylindrical tower, but it's hollow, and you can see into the middle. And there's like a, I guess, a female. I don't know. You're the robot, the love of your life robot is in the middle, and so as you go back and forth around the outside of this tower, pushing blocks and um, taking elevators, and you collect these white gems, which add stairs to the middle of the tower. So that way, when you reach the top, she also reaches the top and it unites you. It's just cool. It reminded me of some of the simpler puzzle games I played in elementary school, but it's just kind of cool to see it had like it's a very short game, but it's a well-made package for such a very simple concept. So I thought it's a good like palate cleanser. Like these guys are cool. Like they could make a full game out of this probably if they really wanted to,
Mm.
but there's no reason to change anything about it. So that's kind of nice.
I like game gems. You get to find gems.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I mean there's something sometimes like that where it's disappointing that there's not going to be more. Or
Yeah.
sometimes it's disappointing where it's like, man, if they just had more time, this game could have been better. But then it's nice just to have a short, like, so I can't remember which author it was, but he was saying he really likes short stories as opposed to like novels because when a person reads a short story, it ideally it's in a single sitting, so the author has direct influence over your state of mind the entire time you're reading it. And I feel the same way with short video games sometimes. It's just like a nice encapsulated experience. Like, it's kind of the problem with like say episodic games like a Telltale game. Like The Walking Dead can end on this like, oh no, so and so just died or something really bad happened, and then 2 months later, I come home from a birthday party. I'm in a happy mood and I start playing again. Like it's just I go into it with the wrong mindset, you know. Like it can be a little it's hard to be immersed sometimes to be when you come in and out of a story. So that can be nice. But game jam games aren't really, they're very rarely heavy on the story. Yeah.
So what else did you play?
I think that was pretty
Well,
much
you did
it.
buy Helldivers.
I purchased Helldivers last night. That is probably going to be another game with a lot of grinding involved.
Oh. Okay, like tell me how it is. How is it?
So I did the tutorial. So I started playing the game with a PS4 controller. I did the tutorial and I did the first level, and I found it fairly difficult. So I redid the tutorial with a mouse and keyboard and found it a bit easier. I still need to actually play the game with the mouse and keyboard to confirm, but just from doing that one level with the PS4 controller, I got some like research points, and so like all of the weapon trees have like all the weapons have their own little short skill trees that you have to get research points from. So I'm for hope maybe I'm wrong, but I'm foreseeing a lot of time spent just redoing missions to get research points to level up my gear. We'll see. It might not even take that long. I don't really know. And I also haven't determined yet how viable Helldivers is as a solo experience. It definitely seems to me like it's going to be like Borderlands, where
Oh,
you want to play it with more people. You can play it with one person, and I probably will, but you really should just play it with multiple people. Fortunately, Helldivers does have a reasonably active online community, so you can just play with pickups,
what
which
kind of
isn't
grinding do
ideal,
you have to do?
better than nothing. So I don't know. I'm assuming it's farming, kind of just farming research points, grinding.
Do
I'm
you
not
have like
sure.
leveling up?
I don't think so. You do get like rank by beating missions, like private corporal, sergeant kind of stuff.
Mm.
But I don't think you have stats. You just have you have a primary weapon, a secondary weapon, and then you have these things called so like the core mechanic behind the game is intelligent use of what they call stratagems, and stratagems are just like airdrops. Like there's you can call in a bombing run, you can call somebody to drop in a more powerful gun that you can use until it runs out of ammo. You can call in more ammo. You can call in just like a giant bomb which you like have to like set and then run away from to destroy certain installations. So using those at the right time, it seems to be the main mechanic of the game. In addition to not friendly fire the things, don't shoot your friends.
So yeah, anything else? Firewatch is not out yet, right?
No, I pre-ordered Firewatch. I believe it comes out next Tuesday, the 9th of February. Right now, I'm thinking, so I'm probably not going to play it like at midnight, but I'm thinking like after I wake up that day, I'm just going to stream it and I'm going to try and beat it in one sitting. I don't know, obviously I don't know how long it is, but it seems, kind of like a walk-in simulator, and those are rarely longer than 4 or 6 hours. So I think I can do it in one sitting.
Do you hope it's a walking simulator, or do you hope there's more depth into it?
Well,
What made you pre-purchase this? I mean, I'm guessing it's difficult to get you to pre-purchase something.
I don't. Yeah, generally is. So the price was right. It was like $15, which is exactly what I expect to pay for a game that looks like it has that level of production quality. Um, but I actually hadn't seen anything for a while. I just remember a year ago seeing a trailer for it, and it just the trailer just hooked me like so hard. So the idea, it starts off, it looks like a very peaceful game that's just almost like it looks almost like a sandboxy atmosphere game. So the trailer shows you like walking through the woods, it's peaceful, birds are chirping. It's like, oh, this is cool. It's like a woods simulator. This is what it's like to walk in the wilderness. This is very nice and peaceful. And then like you have your walkie-talkie and you're talking to so that I'm not sure they have these where you are, but we have people whose job it is to basically like live in these watchtowers for a certain amount of time to prevent forest fires. They look for smoke, and as they see smoke, they call in the fire department, the forest fire department to put the fire out. So that's basically what your job is in this game. So you're talking to your partner up in her watchtower, and she's like having you like check out something she thought she saw, and then the part that hooked me is she's like, "Hey, like, what are you doing?" And it's like, "That's not me." And it's like there's like somebody else that she can see that's not you. And so there is a tag on the Steam page for the game of horror. I don't know how accurate that will be. I hope it's not too scary because I'm a little baby, but it's a mystery and it's got good looking atmosphere, so I think it'll be cool. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's gonna have like point and click puzzle elements from combining items or if it's just gonna be pure walking. The problem with pure walking, I mean, if it's super linear, that's still fine. Yeah, I don't. I kind of just want it to be a linear, mysterious story. It's kind of what I want. But I would accept puzzles. I'd be amenable to puzzles. So I'm looking forward to that. I will. Yeah. Also, I'll be live streaming that, and I will definitely be recording that and putting that up on my channel after I live stream it. Because I don't expect anybody to watch it anyway. Everyone, because it's a very popular game. Everyone's going to be live streaming it. I
Yeah.
personally know two other people who are going to be live streaming it. So people will be watching the live streams that start at midnight in Australia, not mine.
So yeah. Is that it?
I think so. I was tempted to buy Disgaea for PC. That came out.
Ooh. One of the best strategy games I've ever played. Not
Yeah,
even kidding.
No, I've played it. It's
On the PlayStation 2?
I played one for the Nintendo DS.
Which is this one, right?
I don't know.
I believe so. I believe it was like a remake of the first game, which is what the Steam version got, the first game.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
amazing.
it's a really good strategy game. It has a lot of, strategy elements to it. One interesting thing about it is it's another game with a lot of grinding elements to it, which is
Oh
a
yeah.
little
You can reach level 9,999 and then you
you can
can do a whatever process is called to go back to level 1, but a very powerful level 1 and do that
right.
again.
And like you can go inside your weapons. Like you can take a sword and like you'll like dive into it like it's a
Oh yeah.
dungeon. And
Yeah.
the farther down the dungeon you go, the more you level up the sword. You can do this for
Yeah.
all of your equipment. Like there's just so much opportunity. And then like leveling up your character's skills level up by
Yeah.
using them.
You
So yeah,
you
there's
think the JRPGs you guys played was grindy? This one took it to a whole fucking other level.
but it gets away with it because it's hilarious. Like it's got a
Yes.
really good story. It's got really entertaining characters. Like it's a very well made game. It's packed full of features.
I do also recommend the anime. It's like only 13 episodes. Based off
I
of the
had
first game.
forgotten about that. Have
It's
you
actually pretty
what's
cool.
there was a spin-off game where you played as an so in this for the viewers who don't know this, one of the iconic things from this game are prinnies,
Oh yeah.
which are basically zombie penguins, and you
Yeah,
can hurl them and they explode. So
Prinnies are human souls that goes to hell and then they'll be in
yeah,
the form of a penguin.
I
Those
wasn't
are
going into too
Prinnies.
much detail, but
Yeah.
yes. So I guess the idea is they cannot jump without exploding. So there's a video game. It's a platformer where
Oh,
you play as an army of 1,000 prinnies, and they have one like headband which
Prinny cannot
prevents
really
them.
be the hero for the PSP.
Is that what it's called? Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a finite number of 1,000 lives to beat the entire game, and it's very hard, I guess. Because like last time I remember talking to a friend about it. I don't know if he ever beat it, but I remember he was saying he got to the final boss and he still had like 600 prinnies left, but he'd and then I talked to him again and he'd burned through like 200 already, not be able to beat the final boss. So he's like, I might not be able to do it. I don't want to start over.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
that's brutal, but very cool.
amazing game. Fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I
yeah,
never beat it. I should buy it just so I can beat
yeah,
it.
the
But I don't
DS
want
one
to
is the
grind
same
again.
version. Is this version?
Okay, I got as far as meeting the people from outer space, like the TV show people,
The one that
which
looked like the
isn't
Power
very
Rangers.
far.
Oh no
Um,
no no! Oh yeah,
there's like a
the like
guy,
the
a
humans. Yeah,
girl, and something else. Is it an alien or another guy? I don't remember.
yeah. I was surprised. I did not know that it was coming out.
I didn't know it was coming out so soon. Like I
I
think
wasn't
I'd
aware
heard
at all.
something about it. It just kind of popped up on my Steam banner. I was like, oh yes.
So yeah, uh, yeah. Is that it?
Yeah, that's all I
Yosh.
did video game wise. Um, anything from my personal life? I don't know. I got an Intuos Draw tablet, so I need to start learning how to digitally draw a little better. I don't have the software for it, is the problem. I need to figure out what kind of drawing software I need to use.
How much? How
If
much did you buy that for?
it was $65, I think. And it's actually a lot bigger than I thought. So like I'd heard it's a really small one, which is why it's so cheap. Because this kind of technology, um, increases exponentially in cost. So like you can get like an iPad sized one and it'll be like $1,500. So it's this big for the viewer at home. Here's my hand for scale. So it's about, I don't know, 3 hand widths and 1 hand height, one Foehamner hand. Um, yeah, I'm very pleased with it. It works very well. I've used it with GIMP. Like, so I can draw in it with GIMP, but I want actual digital drawing software because GIMP won't do things like detect pressure on the screen. Like most,
Ah,
you know, um, yeah, so that was cool. I haven't seen any movies lately. When I was playing Haunted Hero Defense Haunted Isle, I just watched basically all of season 8 of Mystery Science Theater 3000. That reminds me though, last Sunday, season premiere, season 6 of Venture Bros. I'm so happy. It was good. Looking forward to it's my new show. Every Sunday is going to be new Venture Bros episodes, and
are
I
you gonna
am
watch
right chuffed.
Deadpool on release?
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to minute premiere. I will likely see it within a week of it coming out.
I don't know if I'm gonna watch it in the cinemas or not because there's a lot of sex and violence in that, and we like to censor shit.
Yeah, that could be disastrous.
Yeah, I mean it's a fucking Deadpool movie for fuck's sakes.
Right. Although, I am looking forward to the movie. I think it will be a good movie, but I had a pretty powerful blow to my optimism upon seeing the latest trailer because, and I understand why they have to do this, but the movie's going to have, Deadpool origin story, which
Okay.
to me is
Wait,
a waste of screen time.
is it an origin story or is just like a flashback?
Yes.
It is an origin
I
story.
mean, the trailer had a lot of screen time to Ryan Reynolds as Ryan Reynolds, like doing things and then being, wheeled into surgery and then all this other stuff. And it's like I mean, so I can't say it ahead of time, but I like in general, I have reached my saturation point with
Of
origin
origin
stories with
stories.
superheroes. And this applies kind of doubly to Deadpool. Like with a comedy character, I don't need explanation for anything really. Like, I mean,
But
I guess like and he
Deadpool
doesn't.
is a not as famous as Batman, Spider-Man type character,
That is
right?
true, and that's why I say I understand that they have to do it because
Yeah,
the
but
majority of the people going into the theaters to see Deadpool don't really know a lot about him, probably.
yeah, they'll
Um,
probably be shocked at the fourth wall breaking stuff like, whoa.
But I mean, like Jessica Jones, one of my favorite moments in Jessica Jones is there's a scene where Jessica Jones is talking to Luke Cage, and she's like, "How'd you get your powers?" And he was like, "Accident. You?" And she goes, "Born with them." And he goes, "Cool." And they just go on their way. Like that's all the backstory you get, and
That's the
that's
origin
all you
story.
need. That's all you need.
Yeah. I don't like origin story because they over dramatize, like because he's having cancer and he needs surgery or some shit, right?
Right. And there's
He's
gonna be
probably
a
gonna
love
they're probably gonna
interest in
yeah.
something. I don't. I hope. I don't know. It definitely showed things that I'm not looking forward to. But I mean, I am still looking forward to the movie on the whole. It'll be tough. I do really like that they're having some X-Men appear in it,
Oh.
like Colossus
Oh
and
yeah.
who was the other one they showed? I forgot already who it was. But there's another one.
It's a
Probably
girl, right?
Jubilee. It was a girl, yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't Shadowcat. I don't remember who it was.
Not Jubilee, I don't think.
Someone
She
with
seems too
telekinesis.
powerful. Yeah.
Jubilee seems too powerful?
No. The one in the movie seems too powerful to be Jubilee.
Oh, yes. Although, I do remember watching the old X-Men cartoon, and there's a really funny moment where Jubilee just makes a massive ball of energy and gives it to Colossus. Like, Colossus's power, it shouldn't be like the number one thing that you need to know about Colossus isn't that he can cover his body in metal. It's that you can give him things and he'll throw them. That's like 99% of the time. That's what he's useful for. He
Did you
throws things.
play it's like an action RPG top down Diablo style but with Marvel characters.
I didn't. My friend Weem did a LP of it,
Oh
like a
man,
first look, but I didn't
yeah,
actually play it.
they're like two games, and they're so good. But I
Oh,
believe Colossus has the power to like do combos where he throws people.
of course.
Yeah,
Throwing Wolverine at things is
yeah,
always a
trade
really good
Wolverine.
tactic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like that.
so
I don't mean to say that, oh, he just throws things disparagingly. I just mean it's like his most important feature more than the fact that he's like
the
invulnerable or
the
whatever.
the cartoons have done it. I believe one of the movies have done it as well. One of the
Man,
X-Men movies had
yes.
Colossus in it, right? And I think he throwed
I
somebody.
think he throws Wolverine at a Sentinel.
Yeah, he basically throws stuff
Yeah.
in all the games, in all the movies, in all the cartoons.
One thing I'd like to see, I don't know why this would be in a Deadpool movie, but there's a Deadpool there's a comic I've read where Deadpool he's trying to become one of the X-Men. He's like, I want to be cool. I want people to like me, you know, because he's kind of the general public don't like him because he's obnoxious. Um, and you know, one thing leads to another, and he gets into a fight with the X-Men. And there's a scene where Colossus just grabs him in a bear hug, and he's like, "I'm gonna crush you if you don't, you know, if you don't stop resisting." And Deadpool just headbutts him, and Colossus is like, "Really? Like, what were you thinking?" And then Deadpool just snorts blood all over his face. He's like, "Oh!" And so he drops Deadpool, and Deadpool goes about, you know, causing havoc. Like, I love it, just headbutting things to use like a blood attack. Whenever Deadpool deliberately maims himself, it's always good. Like there's another episode. Sorry, this isn't gonna be the Deadpool cast, but there's another part where this he teams up with Hercules, who's a Marvel character actually,
Yeah.
and they're fighting this guy whose power is illusions, and I can't remember why. Probably because he's insane. But Deadpool gets the idea that what he needs to do is stab himself in the head. So he does, which has the effect of lobotomizing him, so the illusions no longer work. And then he beats the guy up because the guy can't doesn't have any power over him anymore. It's just stuff like that, just random stuff. Or like he puts on a dead pig carcass to be a meat suit when he fights evil Hawkeye.
What the fuck? Why?
Well, so there's a story arc where the Avengers have been replaced by villains masquerading as the Avengers. So Bullseye is actually pretending to be Hawkeye, and he has Deadpool pinned down in a butcher shop. And so Deadpool can't come out without getting pincushion full of arrows. So he just puts on all this pig meat and wears it like pig armor. He just runs out there, and the arrows can't get through the pig meat. So, and then he just stabs Bullseye with like a meat hook.
I think the most. I think the movie I'm most excited for is Suicide Squad. That one.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
The latest trailer I really like. I mean, with
I
Queen's um.
I liked the things that the trailer showed.
Yeah.
I do not like trailers set to pop music.
Oh.
I can't think of a single exception to that rule.
I think this one was well done.
I mean, especially now that I almost feel like Guardians of the Galaxy did it, and now anything that does it, especially, is like just trying to hone in on it. But it's really like I first realized I didn't like it when I saw what was the Dr. Seuss movie, the with the orange Danny DeVito guy. The point is, when you put something to pop music, it like kind of ceases to be timeless. Now, Suicide Squad can kind of get away with it and Guardians can kind of get away with it because they are classic songs for this point. They're not current pop songs, you know, they're older pop songs, so they've earned some timelessness. But I don't know, it seems kind of cheap to me now. The Lorax, I'm thinking of the Lorax because I saw another DreamWorks trailer for a troll movie that did the exact same thing, where it's playing like My Nene, whatever. I'm not up on pop music, but it's just like, no, 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 it's too dumb. It's dumber than Suicide Squad. I'm actually, this weekend, I think, came out Kubo and the Two Strings. It's a stop motion film. I make a point to try and see stop motion films whenever they come out. So
Ooh.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings. I don't know what to call it.
Looks
How
cool.
it's pronounced. Yeah, it looks very cool. I don't know what it's about, but it just
Star-studded cast: Josh Takei, Ralph Fiennes,
I
Charlize
Ralph
Theron,
Fiennes
Matthew
is like one of my
McConaughey.
favorite actors.
Oh, I like him a lot.
I don't know who. Oh, Rooney Mara. I recognize her.
Oh, she played
And
the
yeah.
girl with the dragon tattoo. She was in the girl with
Oh,
the dragon tattoo.
Charlize Theron.
Art Parkinson is a 14-year-old Irish actor, so you probably never heard of him.
Oh, he's gonna be terrible. He's gonna be ruined. He's gonna be the main character and it's gonna suck. There's more Ralph Fiennes. Speaking of Ralph Fiennes, another movie that came out I think last weekend, or maybe it comes out. No, it comes out this weekend as well. I want to see. It's called Hail Caesar. It's about like the 50s Hollywood, and Brad Pitt gets abducted, and they gotta rescue him or something. But it's got people I like in it a lot, like Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, I saw the it was the Coen brothers directing it.
Yes, it's another good thing going for it.
It's who got adopted? Who got adopted?
Did I say
think it's
Brad
Josh
Pitt?
Clooney.
It's George Clooney, yes.
Yeah.
I don't think Brad Pitt's in the movie.
Yeah, he's not.
If I said that.
The Scarlett Johansson, Tilda Swinton. I like Tilda
Yeah,
Swinton.
Tilda Swinton.
Channing Tatum.
Yes.
Josh Brolin, Ralph Fiennes,
Josh
Jonah Hill. Jonah Hill.
Huh. I didn't know he was in it.
Yeah, I like.
We'll see.
I like movies set in this kind of time period.
Yeah, me too. I mean, if I go to the theaters this weekend, which I don't plan to, I'm gonna see Kubo. Probably. I mean, I don't know. The next movie I see in theaters will realistically probably be Deadpool. But we'll see. I don't know. What are you looking forward to?
Like what, movie wise or what?
Yeah, just anything. Or a game. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm thinking of getting something for this sale, but I'm not sure what. We already bought Guardians of the Orion. I'm hoping to play that.
That's only $2.
Yeah.
You can buy another thing. Don't be Vermintide though.
Say again?
I said don't spend $20 on Vermintide though.
Okay. I'll wait for it to get cheaper. Transformers Devastation is 50% off.
That's the platinum one?
Yeah. Okay, so
that game's short, right?
I think there's a lot of like grinding.
Oh.
Like there's a lot of weapons and like you can level them up or something, I don't know. But Platinum games tend to be not very long. I think Bayonetta is pretty okay, maybe 10 to 12 hours, maybe. But Platinum games are all about getting high scores, pretty much.
Oh.
Yeah.
Perfectionistic.
Yeah. It's $25 right
for
now. Transformers Devastation. So, you remember earlier when I said if we should talk about if it's fair to call a game a ripoff or not?
Yes, I do recall.
So, I'm looking at this game called Agatha Christie, the ABC Murders. Whatever it is.
Okay.
It's a point and click. And it's using a very stylistic cel-shaded look.
Okay.
Which sort of reminds me of like a Telltale game. I'm not sure if that's fair or not. Like just because it's a point and click and uses cel shading.
I would say
Telltale
Borderlands did cel shaded before Telltale.
Plenty of games have done cel shaded before. Even Borderlands, like Okami did it before that.
Right.
Dark Cloud
did
it before that. Like cel shaded is not new. Like
what
Jet Set Radio.
What was the black and white game? Mad World? No.
Black and white with red blood.
Yes.
On the Wii.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, Mad World.
Mad World. Okay. Yeah.
That one looks really nice.
Shaded, right?
Yeah. One of the earliest one that I remember is Jet Set Radio, which came out in what 1999.
Oh, is that cel shaded?
Yeah.
I guess it was. Yeah.
Really nice. So, but because it's a point and click and it looks cel shaded, and the style with the super thick black lines on their faces, sort of reminds me of a Telltale game.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, the character models don't look like Telltale people, but still, do you think it's fair?
I mean, I think it's totally fair to say that something was influenced by something else, but to say ripoff, I think, is very rarely applicable. I think it's used more frequently incorrectly than correctly.
There's another game called Planet Nomads. It's on Kickstarter. It's a space building survival game thingy. and the color palette looks sort of like No Man's Sky. And that is what people have been saying. It kind of like looks like No Man's Sky. Not that it's a bad thing, but
I think that Firewatch kind of looks like No Man's Sky.
Firewatch came out first though. but No Man's Sky was announced first, I guess. But I don't know.
Maybe.
Do you think certain games have the right to like own a color palette or own a certain graphic style?
I wouldn't say own. And
I don't mean own like legally, but like,
Yeah, I can definitely. I don't know. I mean, because like I think movie posters, so many movie posters, or even video game covers, do like the blue and orange color palettes, or like the guy walking away, like, and just there's not a lot of originality there. I Again, like I mean, I think it's like when I play these indie games for my channel, I almost always at some point describe it using 2 or 3 other games. And I don't even mean to imply that the game maker has even heard of these other games necessarily or is influenced by them.
Yeah.
I'm just using it as a tool to describe similar mechanics.
I sort of did that in my latest review. I reviewed a game called Starward Rogue, and it's a top-down space. You play a mech, so it's a top-down shooter, bullet hell. You can level up, blah blah blah. But it sort of reminded me of Binding of Isaac because like you go around and there are rooms and stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Each level has a boss, and then you keep going to the next floor.
Sure.
So I mean that's the only thing that it has similar to Binding of Isaac. But I thought it was the easiest way for me to say it. And when I said it, I even said I'm pretty sure the devs will hate me for saying it. But it's sort of like a Binding of Isaac in space. Very different though. But I don't know.
Right.
It just made it easier to explain.
I mean, basically from here on out, any game that is a real-time game, but I can pause the game at any time to issue controls, I'm going to reference FTL. Like the game could be dissimilar from FTL, but that mechanic I personally first experienced in FTL, so that is the comparison I'm going to draw to try and convey that mechanic to other people.
So something like
Convoy.
Convoy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Fairy Fact. Yeah, I totally forgot about that game. Fairy Fact. That one's shaded. That was really nice. It's a really good game.
I don't know that one.
It was on PlayStation. It's like a third person. It's sort of like Resident Evil-ish.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's really good. It's a good game.
Would you say I ripped off Resident Evil?
I think it had the shitty camera angle, so maybe.
But then we have certain other, like the other side of this coin is you have the developers of Vermintide on camera saying, we're trying to make Left 4 Dead, but in the Warhammer universe. Because mechanically, it is, again, I still, even with that being said, I wouldn't say Vermintide ripped off Left 4 Dead, but there's not a lot of innovation in Vermintide.
Would you say it's basically?
I mean, yeah, there's a number of differences that you could point out, but for the most part, if you blur your eyes, they're the same game.
I don't know. It's just that since Nathan's not here, I remember Nathan also mentioning Rainbow Six Siege being like Counter-Strike.
Could be. I have no idea.
The only similarities I found the two game had was like the type of weapons, because both of them are sort of like in present day, and 5v5, and that's about it. Pretty much.
Because my impression of what was the second game you said?
Say again. Counter-Strike and Rainbow Six Siege.
Counter-Strike, yes. My impression of Counter-Strike is that it's more like so Rainbow Six Siege is asymmetrical. You have attackers and you have defenders. Like I feel like the gameplay style is very different.
Very, very different.
I say having played neither, but
yeah. I played Counter-Strike, the old Counter-Strike. I don't think it's very different from what they're playing now. So it's basically a very straight up shooter.
Okay.
And I played a bit of the beta for Rainbow Six Siege. There's like roofs to rappel on. There's like windows to like board up to attack. It's very different. I don't think it's fair to call it that.
Yeah.
And and we have to admit the reason why a lot of people call games ripoffs is because the gaming industry, video game industry as a whole, has a lot of rabid fanboys.
Yes, that is definitely true. Also true for Vermintide.
For or against?
For. Although I haven't.
You mean fanboys are saying it's not Left 4 Dead or what?
They're defending. So, like, I mean, one of the things that kind of gets under my skin is when a game is a similar like level of clone of another game, and it clones the bad things. Like, I I say, if a game clones another game but improves upon it, good. That's what we need more of almost in the game industry. But when you just lazily like reskin and tweak some mechanics, and you leave the bad ones the same way, then it kind of sucks. So I haven't been involved with the Vermintide community at all since the closed beta ended prior to release. But back when I was active on the forums there, people were very closed to my opinions regarding the loot system being not fun.
Yeah, we got a couple of comments on the review video we did.
Okay.
Yeah, but basically a lot of them were talking about the loot system. I'm totally okay with developers copying games to make it better. I mean, like copying the formula and make it better. I'm totally okay with that.
Any sort of creative field, the successful people, like even like, oh my gosh, you guys made this game, you're so awesome. They will be able to cite the things that influenced them. Like, there's kind of nothing unique. It's just different mixes of other things.
Yeah.
And the things that seem most unique to you are mixes of things you haven't heard of yet, kind of stuff.
Yep.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That's how human progress, stand on the shoulders of giants kind of thing.
Like how Undertale mix JRPGs with fucking bullet hell. That's like the first time.
Yeah, I haven't really heard of that. I mean, because we've had JRPGs mixed with QTEs, so why not bullet time? It's cool. It's a good step forward. Like Mario RPG.
Oh yeah.
Kind of stuff, or Legends of Dragoon.
You played that one?
No.
Such a fucking good game.
I haven't really played most console games.
I loved my JRPGs. Yeah, I just hate it when people call it a ripoff without actually explaining why it's a ripoff.
Right.
Or
I don't even know what it
means
it
doesn't make sense.
To be a ripoff, really.
Yeah, like sometimes they say, like just because it's one mechanic.
If it's literally just a reskin, then it's ripoff, I suppose.
Yeah, but.
Or if it's just
But most of the time, the games that they call ripoffs are usually like borrowing like one mechanic.
If it could potentially be copyright infringement, I suppose you can call it a ripoff.
Yeah. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I have nothing else.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get on to some news.
Oh,
and I guess we can wrap this up.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
So the Fine Brothers.
Haven't heard of them.
So we mentioned this last week, me and Jordan, but if you don't know, dear listeners, the Fine Brothers is a huge YouTube channel. Last time they had 14 million over subscribers. Their main content are React videos. So they do elders react, kids react, teens react, YouTubers react. Those are like their 4 main ones. Wait, did I say what? Kids react, elders react, teens react, YouTubers react. Yeah. And they also have parents react, but it's not as good as the others. So the React style video is not new. They're definitely not the first one to do it, but they're definitely one of the best, if not the best, to do it. They wanted to copyright and trademark whatever it is. They wanted to copyright, trademark the React word as well as their React format. So as you might know, that the internet did not like this.
Yeah, understatement.
Yeah. So because they've number one, how the fuck can you even trademark the word React? Like seriously.
Well, yeah, but they were going to like they got
compared
approved
themselves to Burger King. Now Burger King did not trademark the word burger. They trademarked the word Burger King. It's not burger. What they're trying to do is to trademark the word burger. Don't they? They can't see. You know what's funny? They really can't see it. They really can't.
Yeah, their heads are up their own butts.
I mean, seriously. So they've been losing subscribers.
They can admit no wrong. Are they still losing subscribers as of now?
I'm not sure if they're still losing now, but all their new videos have like super bad ratios of dislikes to likes.
So the people who didn't unsub stayed around just to dislike.
They probably subbed. They probably unsubbed, but they also like kept
still
looking for the videos
each day.
Yeah,
that could be.
Because the internet can be very mean if they think you're being an asshole. So the reason I wanted to bring it up this week is because they apologized. Not in a video, in a Medium write-up on Medium.com. So
I don't know what Medium.com is. What do they do?
Medium.com is a site, I think, by the guys from Twitter, I believe. But it's sort of like a blogging site. For some reason, they wanted to make a blogging site where you can follow people and people talk about their thoughts and opinions. Just like every other blogging site, I guess.
So like Twitter, but without the word limit.
I guess.
Sort of. That's
so
funny.
They did not make an apology video, but they made an apology write-up on Medium.com. So they're gonna rescind all of their React trademarks and applications. They're gonna discontinue their React World program, which is the sort of like a franchising program to license their React format, which is still fucking dumb. They're gonna release all past Content ID claims. So yeah, they did Content ID, and they actually copyright take down a few videos, which I think they failed to mention. They seriously, what the fuck is wrong with them? Did you watch their update video?
No.
So they did an update video of trying to explain what they mean without actually explaining anything. So the update video went up after the internet uproar. So they said, you're misunderstanding. We don't mean this, but we're not actually going to explain it to you because we're actually assholes. We're just trying to make more money. But you found out. Fuck.
We found out because they like announced they were doing it. Like
somebody on Reddit who was a copyright lawyer said something very interesting. They said they definitely know what they were doing. It's just that somebody in their camp did not stop them from making the video to announce it. They should have announced it after they got the trademarks and stuff.
Right. Yes. I read that same thing.
Yeah. So, yeah, in that update video, you can see their faces that they're so frustrated for some reason. Like, why? Just give us our money. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah, fuck them. I don't even know how they're gonna make their YouTubers react anymore. But they tend to have YouTubers that are assholes themselves, so I guess they're the same type of people.
Probably. I don't know. The whole... I mean, yeah. I can't really say anything. I don't understand the appeal.
I mean, they're good videos. It's just that... It's just that they're really scummy right now.
I don't like reaction video. The idea of watching somebody's reactions is just really weird to me. Like, I mean, that is the sole purpose. It's just watching somebody's face because
and it's super weird, right?
It always seems disingenuous to me.
And it's super weird that, well, I think whenever you have a camera in front of your face, is most of the time there will be a facade in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To some level, probably.
To some level, yeah. But the funniest thing is that basically telling people you cannot use our content, but we've made our millions off of other people's content. And a lot of And a lot of people who made these videos that they react to have come out saying they did not ask for permission or nor did they pay them. So yeah. So basically they benefited from an open internet and they want to close it off. That's what I'm understanding from this. Fucking assholes. Okay. So something not so asshole-ish. GOG.com is gonna be introducing a games in development.
Oh yeah, I heard about this. This is exciting.
Yes. So it's basically early access done right.
That's a good way to put it, yeah.
The reason why it's done right is because it's curated content. It's curated games. So currently there are... Hold on. Their announcement came with 5 games: Starbound, Ashes of the Singularity, Project Zomboid, Terra Tech, and Curious Expedition. They say they are handpicking only the games they can truly stand behind. And they have a simple refund policy: 14 days, no questions asked. And because their GOG Galaxy client, which is sort of like their desktop software client, has the ability to roll back updates.
Oh yes, I like that a lot.
Yes. So if you play an early access game and the latest update, breaks it for some reason, you can just roll back, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Yep. So Steam, take notes, I guess, bro.
And rip it off.
Yeah, rip it off. But these are good things to rip off, though.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, GOG early access done right.
I guess kind of what I was saying earlier. It's painful when people quote unquote rip something off badly without any thought behind it. Ripping off the bad things. Ripping off the good things is good. Ripping off bad things is bad. More or less.
So the next it's pretty small, I guess, but it goes to show indie developers and stuff, I guess. There's a game developer named Tereshinsky. I'm not sure how to do it. So he has a game called Ant Simulator.
Oh, this story, yes.
So he's canceling the game because the 2 people he hired or partnered with used the money for booze and strippers.
They weren't even developers, I guess. They were just his friends, and he had them on. They were legally associated with it for, I don't know, design input or something, but they weren't really working on it. That was my impression from what I read.
The 2 people that he accused denied his allegations, accusing the developer of cutting them off in November 2015. So basically, I don't know how to feel about giving money to people who don't know how to handle money. Basically.
Yeah.
And it's not just because they're inexperienced. Tim Schafer and Hideo Kojima are pretty bad at handling money as well. So, yeah. This kind of makes it hard for people to back Kickstarter stuff or crowdfunding stuff. It's not giving a good impression of crowdfunding.
No, it is not. I haven't backed anything in quite a while.
Yeah. So I believe he is offering refunds, I think.
Yes, out of his own pocket.
Yeah.
Because he's I want to continue working in this industry, so I need to have a reputation still. So I kind of have to do this.
Yeah. I mean, if they stole company money, can't he just sue them?
Yeah, perhaps. Who knows? I don't really know.
Yeah. Oh, this is pretty big news. I think I'll leave it for last because I have something shitty to mention. Arkham Knight is not getting the Mac and Linux versions because, of course, it's not.
Yes, because Warner Bros. Hates PC users.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess it saves people from the heartache that they'll get anyways. PewDiePie's new YouTube Red exclusive horror show is premiering.
Oh.
That's a thing.
Yeah, this is a thing.
They tried to scare PewDiePie, I guess.
Sounds easy.
Yeah. I did not know there's this movie called Laser Team by Rooster Teeth.
Yes, I didn't know about it.
I did not know it was a YouTube Red thing. I thought it was actually coming out like in cinemas with like
I did
limited
as well,
release or something.
actually.
Yeah. So, yeah.
That's interesting.
I guess.
I'm still not going to watch it either way.
Not really sure how.
I mean, because this is like YouTubers making a feature film.
It's never a good thing, I think.
It's a lot like I mean it's a lot like just pop culture songs for your movie trailers. Like, I expect a YouTube movie just be full of memes and jokes that won't last a few months. So, like, I guess if you're gonna see these movies, see them as soon as they come out, because you can't go back and watch them. That's my impression. Again, I haven't really seen most of these. Like the Smosh movie, I never watched.
There was a Smosh movie? Seriously?
There was. It's on Netflix. It comes up all the time for me, and I go, no!
Wow. Why?
Because money, I guess. I don't know.
Why?
I feel like a lot of people,
Why is Netflix recommending it to you? Because you're a geek?
I think a lot of people get into YouTube because it's, you can do it without a budget. So like a lot, like not Let's Players specifically, but like sketch comedy people, I can definitely see having larger aspirations for Hollywood.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay, last shitty one, I guess. Last shitty one. Do you remember the game called Goddess?
I do.
G-O-D-U-S
I do know this story.
Yes, by Peter Molyneux. And
I was at his talk at PAX when he first announced it. Or first I saw him announce it anyway.
Oh. So you met the man himself.
Oh, I didn't meet him. I was, a face in the crowd.
You were in the same vicinity as him.
Sure.
Privilege.
I could have shown a laser pointer at him.
So he has a new game that came out called Goddess Wars. Now, it's a Goddess game, basically, with actual gameplay. It's sort of like an RTS. It's early access. You know what's shitty about it?
Microtransactions.
I'm pretty sure there's that. I'm not too sure, but this RTS action battle stuff was already promised for the first Goddess game.
Oops.
Yes.
That doesn't look good.
And he's charging it again for... It was on Kickstarter, wasn't it?
Initially, I believe it was crowdfunded. Initially, the story goes, he was charging for it. But because of the backlash, take note, internet, if you get enough people to complain loudly enough, you can get stuff for free. Because now it's free.
What is free?
The Goddess thing.
Goddess is free?
No, the Goddess Wars.
Goddess Wars is $15.
Or maybe it was it DLC that shipped with Goddess
so
Wars?
if you buy Goddess Wars, it includes the original Goddess.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
Yeah, because the original Goddess is not on the... you can't buy it separately anymore.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I'm not sure if you had Goddess in the first place, if you were going to get Goddess Wars for free.
Mm-hmm.
Because basically, it's mechanics that he promised to be in the actual first Goddess game.
Mm.
And it's pretty bad. I saw videos of it. It's pretty bad, Goddess Wars. The only good thing about it is he did not say anything about the game until it was released. That's a first for him, I think.
Yes, they did a very good job of keeping him tied down with the gag stuff in his mouth.
And it seems he also has another game. I can't remember the name, but basically he's not talking about that one either. So he's learning, I guess. He's learning. He's actually fucking learning. I did not think I would see the day that Peter Molyneux would not hype up his game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the last bit is very good news. Beyond Good and Evil 2 is still a thing. It's not dead.
Oh.
Yeah. It was mentioned on... do you know Tim Schafer does this called Devs Play on YouTube?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually really like it.
Yeah, he had the what's his name? The game designer for the first Beyond Good and Evil.
I don't know.
Michel Ansel or something.
Okay.
And he was just mentioning that he said, yeah, it's still coming. He just said that he felt a lot of pressure because when he made the first Beyond Good and Evil, he did not think it's gonna be so huge. So yeah. That's all I have for this week.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
He feels. I mean, I understand. When you're making a successor, that you want to be at least as good as the precursor, and it's really hard.
Yep.
But you also don't have to make a successor. You can just make a second game. And I guess it will still be compared to the first game. So maybe it doesn't get around it. Never mind. I don't know.
So I've heard people said, not people, people, but I've heard on a podcast,
animals,
on a Podquisition, they said, is this the reason why there's no Assassin's Creed this year? Is because they wanna focus on Beyond Good and Evil? Maybe because it is by Ubisoft.
That would be interesting.
So yeah, and they also mentioned, could they be putting this game on like ransom? So Ubisoft is basically saying, buy these other games if you want Beyond Good and Evil 2 to come out, basically. But yeah, I'm pretty much dry. I don't have anything else. XCOM 2 is out. Tales of Symphonia is a very, very shitty port by Namco Bandai.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yep. And that's the free game that actually they gave with the previous Tales game, which I wanted to buy because of this, but luckily I did not.
You didn't what didn't you buy?
There was a previous Tales game last year. If you pre-ordered it, you will get Tales of Symphonia for free.
Oh, okay.
But because it's a shitty port, so I'm lucky I did not buy it.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. We've reached the part where we're silent, so I guess we're supposed to wrap it up.
I think so.
So yeah, Mr. Foehamner, you make videos.
I do make. I make videos
of indie games that nobody heard of.
Pretty much. I'm trying to. I'm slowly doing more mainstream games.
Why are you selling yourself out? Why are you selling out?
I don't know. I still play the indie games. I just don't record them quite as much. I don't know. I respond to comments in my videos about what people want to see. I deliver. I am a tool to their whimsy. I don't know. I do less one-off indie games. I guess is what I meant. I do more indie games that I feel like are going places. Like
I get a lot of notifications from your channel. You've been very active.
I do 2 videos a day now.
Jeez.
But they're shorter. They're about half as short as when I was doing 1 video a day.
And it seems like you're vlogging more now.
I did one in December. I did one in February.
That's 2 more than you usually do, I guess.
That is true. I'm trying to vlog more, trying to stream more. I'm ramping up. Things are serious now. I gotta break 300 subscribers. That'd be fantastic.
Yeah. What are you gonna do for your 300 subscriber celebration video?
I have so many ideas. I don't know. Like,
are you gonna do a montage again? That was pretty funny.
A training montage?
Yeah. What was it for? Blood Bowl 2, was it?
That was for Blood Bowl 2. I was thinking of doing a montage. I'm not doing this for 300 yet. I don't have the plans or the time to do it at this time. But I'd like to do something when I hit, like, let's say 400 subscribers, where I go into restaurants, and so I let them know what I'm doing ahead of time. This wouldn't be like Ninja Cam, but it's shot like a Ninja Cam, where like I go into a restaurant and I go like, I'd like a hamburger. And they're like, okay, that's $8. I'm like, do you know who I am? I have 400 subscribers on the internet. I don't think I have to pay for a hamburger. Like, I just do this to like a bunch of different like food places and bookstores or whatever.
Are you gonna do it like candidly, like the people are not in on it, or what?
So it would be shot as if it was candid, but I don't have the balls to do that. So I'd ask them if they're comfortable doing that ahead of time. Probably. And maybe I do it candidly. I don't know.
In a probably not so busy outlet, I guess.
I'd have to, time it when there's nobody else.
What do you mean by Ninja Cam?
I meant candid, like, a hidden camera.
Oh, okay. Right. Did not know it was called that.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. There's so many possibilities. If you guys have an idea of what you'd like me to do, send me a comment on a video, send me a message somehow, tweet at me, Foehamner, all the normal ways you
can
reach out to me.
Record it like before you get the 300 subscribers, right?
Definitely, yes. That would be required, certainly.
So yeah.
That's what I should do. I should record it now. It's like, do you know who I am? I have subscribers on the internet, and then just dub it over later with whichever number I use it for in a super obvious way. Like 300.
You should use the Windows voice thing. Like,
ooh, yeah. Like,
300.
Stephen Hawking, you're here too. Yes, I wanted to congratulate you on hitting 300 subscribers.
So yeah, where can they find this campy video?
So yeah, the best videos, all the good videos, go on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/C for channel /Foehamner.
Only lazy people stream.
Kinda. I mean, that's not strictly true. I do know a fair number of people who have stopped doing Let's Plays and stream now because they no longer felt like editing, which is understandable, but it is undeniably lazy, which is not necessarily a bad thing. Laziness is not a bad thing, but yeah, just saying.
But isn't it used usually as a negative connotation?
Absolutely.
All right.
But I prefer to use the word efficient. I'm not lazy, I'm efficient.
I'm efficient at using my time.
Yeah, it's conserving energy.
Oh my god, this Steam page does not end, does it?
The Steam page?
Yes, the main page. I just keep scrolling down and down. And, oh,
you want to buy more stuff? You want to buy more stuff? How about this? How about that?
Holy fuck.
I really, really wish it was smart enough to figure out not to put games I already owned. I mean, I guess they want you to buy them again as gifts, but if there's like a setting I could check to say, hey, don't try to sell me games I already own, Steam. It's not going to work.
So my friend bought the Grand Theft Auto bundle yesterday. The Grand Theft Auto 3 Vice City and San Andreas.
Oh, got it.
Yeah, she bought it for full price and it's currently 75% off now. So
return it.
Yeah, refund it and buy it again.
Borderlands the pre-sequel is 60% off. That means it's only $16. I know you just finished Borderlands 2. You probably don't want... Actually, you didn't even finish it. You beat it. There's still a lot more content to exploit. You don't really need the pre-sequel.
Yeah, I want to reach level 50 at least.
I don't know if I have any 50. Actually, let me boot it up right now. Borderlands 2. What's my highest level character?
So where can people find you?
So yeah, YouTube, Foehamner.
Help Foehamner reach 300 subscribers so that you can watch that.
Fantastic. Video. Help shape the channel. When you subscribe to a channel that has less than 1,000 views, you become part of a tight, close-knit community. You become a factor that shapes that community. And
yes, tell him what to do.
You can make him. Tell me what to do.
Basically, you can tell him what to do.
You can try and make me eat peppers on camera. I won't do it, probably, unless you get enough people to tell me to do it.
Can you tolerate heat?
Hot food? Not. I mean, so I've never really had anything that's like super, super hot. I mean, anything that's supposed to be super, super hot. When I'm very sensitive to heat. Like, I definitely notice it. I definitely don't like it at all. So I assume my tolerance is very low, but I haven't, poked at it. My highest level character is a 49 Necromancer. So
I heard you said Necromancer. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, it's supposed to be Necromancer. I don't know what to do when you're that high level. Like it almost hits that problem where you're high enough level that you just make the game harder to play. Like it gets really circuitous in that moment when you're playing to get better, to play better kind of stuff. Playing to get stronger, to do harder things, but you got to make it harder so you can level up. Yeah, he's crazy.
Okay, so this is the
can
time where you ask me about my channel.
Yeah, where you can be found. I was doing that.
I only have 10% of Foehamner's subscriber numbers. But I actually got like 10 to 12 subscribers in the past couple of months.
That's a very good number.
Because I've been ranting about shit that the internet wants people to rant about. Because
very
I'm a whore.
topical.
I'm a whore.
You're relevant.
I'm a relevant.
You're irreverent.
So yeah, I'm Pupunoob on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. I don't stream because I'm not lazy. It's because my internet is pretty shit, so I don't think I can stream anyways. Yeah.
The trouble for me with streaming is I have a hard time not treating streaming like a let's play. So because I do indie games that I can beat relatively quickly, frequently I only have to talk continuously for about 15 minutes. Like I rarely record big chunks and chop it up. So when I stream and I talk constantly for over an hour, I start to feel the toll on my body. The physical toll of entertaining the masses.
So, just one thing before you go.
Yeah.
There's a current Humble Ubisoft bundle. And for $1, you can get Call of Juarez Gunslinger and Grow Home and Rayman Origins. 3 really good games for $1.
I didn't care for Call of Juarez Gunslinger.
Seriously?
I thought the bosses were annoying. I liked the levels. I hated the bosses.
Yeah. Gunslinger is the one where he like narrates the.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the bosses are just really bullet spongy. You're not. So it's just annoying.
I heard Grow Home is super good, and Rayman Origins is also very good.
I've heard good things about Grow Home, but I don't really know what you do in it. Like I know you just kind of grow and climb higher. I don't know if you can beat it or if you reach the top or I don't really know what you do. Is it just like a Zen kind of game? You just
I haven't played
relax
it
while playing it?
I just keep hearing it's really good.
Okay. I know Rayman Origins is multiplayer, which is cool. I don't know if it's non-local multiplayer.
So if you don't already know, how it works is you can pay $1 now to sort of lock in the beat the average price.
Right.
Yeah. So if you don't feel like beating the average just yet, because there are usually more games coming soon, you can just lock in the price, and then when you see the games that you really like, then just increase it until the beat the average price that you locked in. So Tom Clancy's Blacklist is on beat the average. Such a fucking good game, really good. Far Cry 3 is also a really good game. This bundle is actually pretty good.
It was. I definitely would have gotten it if I didn't own most of the games I cared about already.
I forgot to ask you. Did you or did you not play The Division beta?
I didn't.
Why? What? Didn't you buy the bundle just to get into the beta?
No.
What?
I consider. I was asking. I'd asked you if I should, but never did.
Oh, you didn't?
No, I didn't.
I thought you did.
No.
Damn. I wanted to ask you how good was it, because there are kind of mixed feelings about that game.
You do, or just the internet does?
Like in general, like some people said it's like kind of meh, and it's like Destiny third person basically. Some say it's pretty okay. Some say the beta did not give you enough content to make a proper judgment.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you've been listening to episode 35 of the playonultra podcast. Check us out on YouTube. We do some extra stuff there. And
less lately, but
lately. Yes, we should ramp it up.
Ramp it a little more.
Yeah. That's basically it for this week. Thank you very much for watching and listening. Do subscribe, comment, like, follow, share, all that, all that social media buzzwords. Yeah. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Farewell.